The Gonsalves family has reached out to the Latah County Prosecutor's Office and the University of Idaho to stop this madness. Again, this was a few weeks ago. Number 7, if the house itself was a target, which was the theory from the beginning, the incel theory at Queen Road Apartments. That's why the house was a target, which was the theory from the beginning, which is the supposed reason the University of Idaho called off their campus-wide warning while BK was still not apprehended. Remember? Why was the house a target and its access-exit points and the driveway configuration for a vehicle to enter-exit turnaround vantage points of other camera evidence pointed toward the house? You guys, that means that 1126 King Road had a camera. Holy shit, you guys. How did I not see this before? Remember, you guys, 1126? Because this is part of a front door. It's an apartment. They got a door on the side and they got a door here. And I said, this has got to have a ring cam that goes straight to the sliding glass door. Why was the house a target and its access exit points and the driveway configuration for a vehicle to enter, exit, turn around vantage points? That was a separate. And then it says vantage points of other camera evidence. Vantage points of other camera evidence pointed towards the house. 1126 has fucking 1126. Steve G. Holy shit, guys. Steve G has to know that. Remember, you guys, I was like, 1126 has got, because people were thinking this was the front door back here, right? But they were going off the pictures from October 2007, because when you drop Google Guy down there, you're going off of photos from Google Guy of 2007. But when you're up here and you're looking at it, you can tell it's a completely different layout, obviously, from what it was before. Just with even the path, I showed you guys that a long time ago. And I'm like, this is a front door. With this having a ring cam and this having a ring cam and this having this has got to have a ring cam. That would be the best freaking camera to have for the crime itself. I was sitting there talking about 1126 or 712. 712 doesn't have a camera. We already figured that out back in the summer. That means Steve G saw the video from 1126 that points to the sliding glass door. So then how would they say that they don't know how the person exited because they Holy shit. I bet you this is what took place. And I'll get to your chats in a second. I'm sorry. My mind is just going, brrr, it's those tiles flipping. I bet you this is what took place, and this is the shit we've been saying this whole time. There is, watch this, peep this shit. 1112 picks up audio from a cat that activates the camera. You know why? Probably because the cat was over here and darted off through between the houses and took off because something was already going on. That's what activated the ring cam to start here to record, right? I bet you this is what happened. The person, because there's no camera at 712, remember? There's no camera at 712. The blue car or where the blue car's at. They creep down. 1126's camera caught the person or persons entering the property. The reason that they don't know how the person exited, they know how the person entered. But the reason they don't know how the person exited is because they really did exit through Ethan and Zaina's window onto that small part of the roof, hop down, walk around the side that's full of trees, and then walk back up over here and look like a neighbor that was just coming home. Or if they didn't live there, again, rewind back to here, exit Zaina and Ethan's window, hop down on that little small roof, jump down on the gravel, circle around through the tree area, circle through the tree area, and literally have a couple elevated steps to go back to right. That's why they never saw how they left the scene. They saw how they got in there, and I bet you Steve G saw that footage, saw how they got in there. They just don't know how they left because it couldn't possibly be caught on camera. If you're exiting Ethan and Zaina's window and you go right back around, and guess what, everybody? Where does this person walk by? When they do that, they walk by Bethany's room, do they not? Do they not walk by Bethany's room? If they exit Ethan and Zaina's window, hop down on the gravel from that small little roof, and go around the corner where the trees are at. I said that before they picked up a thud, which is someone jumping off. There we go. Pointed towards the house. I've already proven last summer 712 does not have a camera. I went back last November. 712 does not have a camera. We looked on Google, guy, from October 2023 before it was blurred out. It does not have a camera. The only camera, and 1118 doesn't have a camera on the back of this either, everybody. There's no cameras over here. The only camera that could be on the property, like Steve G says right here, vantage points of other camera evidence pointed towards the house. The only way that's possible is if 1126 has the camera. This is what I want to share here. All right. All right. So see, I'm going to use this thing to show you the range of view here. So your camera is going to have a view of here. And I'm just going to where I can make little dots or whatever. This is your view range of your camera. Okay? It would be basically this is the view of the camera. So it's going to go to here because of the angle. So pretty much out to here because it can't see outside of that house. And so this is the view that's going to be picked up off that camera. So probably here because of the edge of the house, right? So this is going to be the view of what that camera would pick up. Right there. So it would be picking up somebody turning around, entering, exiting the property, it would be picking that up, okay? So when he's talking about his statement, and I'll go back to that here. So when he's saying, Vantage, why was the house a target and its excess exit points and the driveway configuration for a vehicle to enter, exit, and turn around? Just like I showed you right here, okay? Now you go back to the statement. Vantage points of other camera evidence point towards the house. Who's to say the other vantage is from another camera that could be pointing to the house? This section right here, we've already looked. We couldn't find any cameras. Okay, this is the parts of my Google Guide walk around that I did from the beginning of my show. Part of the Google Guide that I did before they blurred it out, okay? Now, I used some of this footage to look. I used footage from local media and mainstream media when it came to footage of being there around the property. And then I also looked when I was there personally in November. I don't, you see what I'm saying? I don't see cameras. Just on this photo, images from 2021, October 2021. We went through the footage from 2022, and then I looked when I was there at 2023. So, like I said, I didn't see any cameras there. I couldn't really tell at 11:26. I couldn't tell about the cameras, but I always felt that there was a camera. Here, let me go like this. I always felt that there was a camera that was from here. And I felt like it would have caught everything in that line right there. And right there. I feel like there has to be a camera there. I feel like it would have caught somebody exiting, entering, the paths in and out. And I think that's the footage that Steve G is referring to when he's talking about this part in the statement about the house being a target and talking about the cameras. He says it himself. Vantage points of other camera evidence pointed toward the house. Well, what the hell does that mean? That means that to me, it means there's a camera at 11:26 that's pointed at the house. All in this area. So you got the turnaround right here at King Road, Queen Road. You got the camera to exit and enter the property. 11:12. 11:12 and 11:26.